Hello students, hope you all are fine. Cases are increasing very rapidly. I am the biology teacher working since 8 years. I am taking biology, NCERT, Gujket as well as NEET, all in Gujarati and English medium both in Ultravision Academy. Fine. So today we will start the first chapter from my side, that is chapter number 13, photosynthesis. Before taking this in detail, let me one thing I will tell you. CBSE board cutted the 30% portion around in 11th standard, so we will skip that portion. Fine here. So we will start the 13th chapter, that is photosynthesis. Let first thing we will understand photosynthesis. So please remember that synthesis means formation and photo means with the help of photon. That is sunlight. And see, synthesis means formation. Tenth standard you had learned about that photosynthesis occurs in plant. Majority you know that is in plant, but some bacterias, algae as well as green plants all are photosynthetic in nature. Fine. So with the help of photon is a type of the sunlight. Fine. And formation of the food, that is known as photosynthesis. Let's take this in detail. Fine. First thing is photosynthesis is autotrophic. See, it means formation of the food by themselves. That is autotrophic type of the nutrition. Heterotrophic depends for nutrition on others. Suppose example, we are human being are heterotrophic, means we are depends for nourishment or for nutrients on the plants as well as on the animals also. Fine. So photosynthesis is autotrophic type of the nutrition. Next point, second point, it is anabolic process. Anabolic process means endergonic process. Endergonic means energy gaining. So what happened here? The plant absorbs the sunlight. So in sunlight, the energy is present. That energy is stored in the form of food. Fine. So photosynthesis is endergonic process, or we can say that anabolic process. See, first chapter in syllabus it is skipped. In that one word is there, metabolic process. So metabolic process consists of two types of process, anabolic and catabolic. Catabolic processes are exergonic process, means energy relieving process. For example, respiration. Respiration, during that process, food molecule is broken down and liberate the energy. So that is known as exergonic process or energy releasing process. But here in photosynthesis, energy is stored. Fine. So that's why it is the endergonic process. Now, example of the photosynthetic organisms. See, example of photosynthetic organisms are photosynthetic bacteria that absorb the sunlight, chemosynthetic bacteria. So, some bacteria absorb the chemicals. So, please remember absorption of photon and absorption of chemical components. Algae is of so many types. We will learn in the second chapter, fine, and third chapter, little bit portion of it, detailed in third chapter, and all the green plants. So these all are photosynthetic organism, fine. Okay, how will you define that photosynthesis? Fine. See, photosynthesis can be defined. I will write the one equation here. 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O gives C6 H12O6 plus 6 O2 plus 6 water molecules. Fine. Here see, how will you define the photosynthesis by this equation? See, you know that during the daytime, plant absorb CO2 in inspiration and expired O2 during expiration. Inspiration and expiration, these two processes are of respiration process. Fine. So plant inspired CO2 from the atmosphere. You know that plant absorb the water from root. Later on in 5th chapter, I will tell you that plant cannot absorb the water by root, but the terminal portion of the root is known as root hairs. The very thin thread-like structure at the terminal portion, at the ending portion of the root, known as root hair. So through root hair, it absorbs the water. So atmospheric CO2 binds with absorbed water in the presence of chlorophyll with the help of sunlight. These all are combined with each other and form the food in the form of glucose. So glucose is nothing but the carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is nothing but sugar. As a result, it liberates oxygen. So just side to the oxygen, I will put the upward arrow. It means release in the atmosphere. So please remember that here 6 water molecules are present, here 12 water molecules are present. So if I will erase the 6 water molecules, so I will put the 6 here. So this equation is stable at all. Fine. So please remember that for photosynthesis 4 things are required. These are compulsorily required components. Fine. So for photosynthesis, atmospheric CO2, water, sunlight, chlorophyll, are required. So these 4 components are compulsorily required. Out of these 4, any one is absent, photosynthesis does not occur. Repeat, out of these 4, any one is absent, photosynthesis does not occur. Fine. So these 4 components are required here. Let's take this in detail. Fine. What you know about photosynthesis? टू-लीफ एक्सपेरिमेंट एक्सप्लेन करिए. See, two-leaf experiment in that you select the well-developed plant, well-developed 2 leaves. Repeat, you select the well-developed watered plant. Water is very essential here in the plant. Water is present in the adequate amount. Fine. So well-developed plant, you select the 2 leaves. Then what you can do, cover the 1 leaf with black plastic bag. 1 leaf remains open in the atmosphere. Again, શું કરવાનું છે? 1 leaf can be covered with the black colored plastic bag or any plastic bag which is colored but not transparent, and another leaf is open in the atmosphere. So what happened? The bag covered leaf cannot absorb the sunlight. As a result, what happened? The food is not synthesized in the leaf. The leaf is open in the atmosphere, it absorbs the sunlight in the adequate amount and it forms the food. Fine. So one thing I want to tell you, that glucose is converted into starch. So one point I will write here, please remember that. Before I had told to you that atmospheric CO2 combined with water and form the glucose. Glucose is converted into starch. So what is starch? It is polymer of the glucose. So many glucose molecules are combined with each other and form the long chain of the glucose molecule, that is known as polysaccharide. Polysaccharide, carbohydrate or polysugar, fine. So starch is stored food in the plant. So this is the most important MCQ. You will learn this in the biomolecules chapter. See, two MCQs are there. In plant, stored food is in the form of starch, while in animal, the stored food is in the form of glycogen. Repeat it again. In plant, the food is stored in the form of starch, while in animal, the food is stored in the form of glycogen. So, in our body, the food is stored in the form of glycogen. So, now the question is moving in your mind that where glycogen is stored? Glycogen is stored in liver as well as in our muscles. When we are in the fasting situation, at that time the stored glycogen is converted into glucose again, and that glucose is broken down and give us the energy. Fine. So, two leaf experiment again. શું કરવાનું હતું? Two leaf માં first leaf is covered with the bag, second leaf is open in the atmosphere. The leaf which is covered by bag cannot be obtained in the sunlight, so food is not synthesized in this, and the leaf is open in the atmosphere, in that food is synthesized in the form of starch. So again, one important MCQ. For testing or for presence of the starch, iodine test is performed. So now here, you know that iodine test. Iodine is yellowish in color. Iodine solution, you will see in the chemistry, you will learn that. Fine. So iodine is yellowish in color. When this yellowish color iodine solution combined with starch, purple or blue color can be seen. Fine. So we say that if iodine test is positive, what it indicates? Starch is present. So when any unknown solution in that, when you add the iodine solution, if purple or bluish color can be obtained, you immediately say that starch is present. If little bit amount of starch is present in that unknown solution, if the color can be identified, you say that starch is present. And if the solution color will be not changed, maintain as it is, so you can say that starch is absent. So if the iodine test is positive, so it indicates that starch is present, and if iodine test is negative, the starch is absent. So here I will use the word, in two leaf experiment, the open leaf in the atmosphere shows iodine test positive. This indicates that starch is formed. So, two leaf experiment suggests us that In two-leaf experiment, it is suggested us that sunlight is very, very essential for photosynthesis. So if sunlight is present, all these remaining three components are there, then food is synthesized, and you know this one. Fine. Second, see, second experiment, test tube experiment. Here what we can do, we can take the two test tubes. Again, select the well-developed plant, select the two well-developed leaves. One leaf is situated in the test tube, which consists KOH cotton swab or little bit portion of the KOH solution. But remember that the portion of the leaf, it is now dipped in the KOH solution. Again, in test tube experiment, you can take the two test tube, select the well-developed plant, select the two well-developed leaves. One leaf can be introduced into the test tube in such a way that test tube is filled with KOH solution. So the portion of the leaf is dipped in the KOH solution. In second test tube, you introduce the leaf but cannot fill the KOH solution. So I had written here that KOH cotton swab or KOH solution can absorb the CO2. So now please you think about that, what happened. So in the test tube, which consists the KOH solution, so that KOH solution inside the dipped leaf portion cannot obtain the CO2. Why? Because that KOH solution absorbs the CO2 itself. So that CO2 is not coming in contact with the leaf portion. While in the other test tube, KOH solution is absent. So CO2 is absorbed by leaf, but here in this test tube what happened, CO2 is absorbed by KOH solution. So the portion of the leaf which is dipped in the KOH solution cannot obtain the CO2. As a result, photosynthesis cannot be performed in that. So starch test or iodine test is negative in it, and in another test tube iodine test is positive. So this test tube experiment, what it suggests us? CO2 is essential for photosynthesis. And you know that chlorophyll is present in the one organelle of the cell is known as chloroplast. So please remember that bacteria are primitive organisms. So in bacteria, these organelles are absent, chloroplast is absent. But remember that photosynthesis, for that process, chloroplast is not essential but chlorophyll is essential. Repeat it again. For photosynthesis, chloroplast is not essential, chlorophyll is essential. Fine. So chlorophyll is the green colored pigment Chlorophyll is green colored pigment present in the chloroplast. So chlorophyll is essential with the help of this two-leaf experiment. Sunlight is essential. With the test tube experiment, we had seen that CO2 is essential and water. Water is now not taken as a limiting factor, but water is very, very essential. There are so many properties of the water, but without water, plant cannot perform the photosynthesis. You know that without water, dehydration condition occurs. As a result, stomata are closed. You know that opening closing of the stomata. If water amount is properly adequate amount in the plant, then and then stomata are open. So at the end of this chapter, I will tell you the factors affecting photosynthesis. In that I will tell you that water is essential, how it helpful. Fine. So these two experiments, you remember that. Fine. See, again here I will write this equation again there. Fine. See, same equation here. If somebody can ask that, what is photosynthesis? So, what you tell in the first, in only one line. See, photosynthesis means reduction of CO2. So, we are belonging to chemistry right now. What do you mean by reduction? Reduction means addition of H plus or removal of O2. But here what happened? Addition of hydrogen is there. From where? From water. So see, water is converted into oxygen. So here see, please carefully see that from water, hydrogen molecules are transferred towards the CO2 molecules. As a result, hydrogen is added in CO2. As a result, CO2 reduction occurs. Fine. As a result, glucose is formed. So when you see the glucose molecular formula, carbon is there, oxygen is there, so hydrogen is coming from the water. Fine. See, here compare the water and oxygen molecule. So in water, hydrogen and oxygen both are there. In oxygen only O is there. So hydrogen is leave. Fine. So removal of the hydrogen molecules from this molecule is known as dehydrogenation. Please students, carefully understand the two words dehydrogenation and dehydration. Dehydration means removal of the water molecules, and here dehydrogenation, otherwise we say that oxidation of water. So what is photosynthesis? As a result of oxidation of water, leads to reduction of carbon dioxide, leads to formation of the glucose molecule. Again, what is photosynthesis? Oxidation of water leads to reduction of the carbon dioxide leads to formation of the glucose. So reduction of CO2, otherwise known as hydrogenation of CO2. Fine. So photosynthesis is defined as a reduction of CO2, but additional information oxidation of water. But if these two sentences are there, primarily you select the reduction of the CO2 option. So photosynthesis is nothing but the reduction of the CO2. Fine. So through stomata, atmospheric CO2 is entered. Through stomata, atmospheric CO2 is entered in the leaf. You know that stomata, structure, function, stomata are present in the leaf. So through stomata, CO2 is entered inside the leaf in the chloroplast. Then from root, water is absorbed and it is transferred through the xylem and towards the leaf area. Fine. Again, from root hair, water is absorbed and through xylem, water is transferred towards the leaf area. Barabar. Then both the molecules are combined and form the glucose molecule. So this is about the introduction. This is about the introduction of photosynthesis. What you know about this? These are the two very simple experiments. And what is photosynthesis and which are the components are required and which are the organisms of photosynthesis. Fine. So this is the basic information of the photosynthesis. In next lecture, we will learn the history of photosynthesis, where photosynthesis occurs, photosynthesis ક્યાં થાય છે. 8th chapter માં ક્લોરોપ્લાસ્ટનું ડિટેલ સ્ટ્રક્ચર તમને આપ્યું છે. But here, where photosynthesis occur, I will draw the chloroplast structure here and then explain it. Which are the pigments are essential for the photosynthesis. Fine. And which are the processes occurs in the photosynthesis: light reaction, dark reaction, in that photolysis of water, photophosphorylation, in that we will take the two types, cyclic and non-cyclic, then chemiosmotic hypothesis, Calvin cycle, C4 cycle, photorespiration and factors affecting photosynthesis. So this is the brief information of the photosynthesis chapter. Here I will stop. In next lecture, I will explain the history of the photosynthesis. Fine. Thank you.